President Muhammadu Buhari off to Liberia for 175th independence celebrations. Police warns hoodlums against NLC solidarity rally. Terrorists release 3 Kaduna train attack victims. On business, federal government shut down Scorpion oil service offshore. And on the international scene, at least 471 dead, hurt or missing in Haiti gang violence. And in sports, Toby Umason wins historic gold for Nigeria. Hello there, welcome to Standard Voice News Channel. I'm Foze Ibrahim. President Muhammadu Buhari will depart Abuja to the capital of Liberia, Monrovia, on Tuesday, where he would be attending the country's 175th independent anniversary celebrations. The president, who would be the special guest of honor, will be joining other world leaders and organizations to rejoice with the people of Liberia at the event with the theme Fostering Unity, Protecting Our Peace for Development and Prosperity.
The next battalion is the Liberia National Fire Service. Hip, hop. 1, 2, 1, 2. Followed by the Monrovia City Police. 1, 2, 1, 2. Left, right.
A statement by Senior Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, said Nigeria played a leading role in the stabilization of the West African nation in the early 90s, leading to the establishment of democratic rule, and has continued to assist the country in many ways, especially through the technical aid COSIM. The President, who will be accompanied on the trip by Minister for Foreign Affairs Geoffrey Onyema and Director General National Intelligence Agency Ambassador Ahmad Rufai Abakar, is expected back in the country later the same day. Police and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps will deploy personnel in critical infrastructure and facilities in response to the nationwide protests organized by the Nigerian Labour Congress in solidarity with the striking Academic Staff Union of Universities taking place on Tuesday. As security agencies move to deploy their men and officers, the Nigerian Labour Congress on Monday directed workers in the state capitals and Abuja to join the protests. A top source at the force headquarters, Abuja, confirmed to newsmen that police operators will be deployed in all protest venues nationwide to prevent a security breach or attack on the participant by thugs. Terrorists have released 3 of the 62 hostages of the abducted Abuja-Kaduna train passengers on March 28. Our correspondent, Zainab Abdul-Wasiu, has more.
The victims, who consist of 2 males and a female, secured their freedom around 11 a.m. on Monday. Newsmen gathered that they were released by the terrorists at a location inside the forest along the Kaduna-Abuja highway. From there, they were picked up by their relatives. So far, 22 victims have regained their freedom. It is, however, not clear if any money was paid to the terrorists to release the abducted victims. With the release of the 3 victims, the numbers of those still in captivity now remains at 40. I am Zainab Abdul-Wasiu reporting for Standard Voice Television.
The Amalgamated Commercial Tricycle and Motorcycle Owners, Repair and Riders Association of Nigeria had appealed to the federal government to review its proposed ban on motorcycles. President of the association, Mr. Samsuddin Apelo-Gun, made the appeal at a news conference in Abuja on Monday. Newsmen reported that the National Security Council proposed a nationwide ban on commercial motorcycle operation. Our correspondent, Omokoso Muhammad, reports.
The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, who disclosed the Council's plan, linked it to the fight against terrorism. According to Apelo, the proposed ban on commercial motorcycles will create more problems because they also serve as means of transportation to the people.
95% of those you see riding motorcycles are doing it because they don't have any better option and they didn't want to take to crime. If 10 million of these 40 million people they want to render jobless takes to crime, can the government contain them?
Mr. Akpelofun said the ban will have a negative effect because motorcycles are means of commercial transportation that has provided the needed jobs for millions of Nigerian citizens. The president said without doubt that motorcycles had enhanced mobility for the middle-income earners and also contributed to increase in productivity through increase in man's hours.
Responsible, responsive, and law-abiding association that strongly believe in the security of lives and properties. We will support the government in bringing to book anyone or group of individuals that intend to jeopardize the essence of our existence.
Umukuthum Muhammad reporting for SVTV News.
The Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria on Monday has begun a 2-week vocational training for 90 unemployed youth and women in Zamfara State. The agency cautioned the participants to avoid selling the starter kits given to them after the training. Our correspondent Sumaya Dusara has more.
Newsmen reported that the training is organized under the National Business Skills Development Initiative program of the agency. Speaking while opening the training, the Director General of the agency, Mr. Olawale Fasenya, said the program was taking place in all 7 states in the Northwest. Mr. Fasenya, who was represented by the Assistant Chief Enterprise Officer, Enterprise Development and Promotion Department of the agency, Mr. Ishaq Hamis, said the training was one of the SAMDAN activities to facilitate the development of small and medium skills enterprises in the country. Mr. Ishaq said the program was aimed at supporting youth that had the initiative but did not have the equipment and resources. Sumaya Dosa reporting for SBTV News.
Chairman Joint Youth Islamic Organizations Zamfara State Chapter Malam Sanusi Muhammad Kotarkoshi has urged Muslim Ummah to prioritize the use of Islamic calendar in their daily activities. Our correspondent Rafia Mendasara has more.
The chairman made the assertion while speaking on preparation for launching of 1444 Islamic calendar after the Hijrah of Prophet Muhammad, scheduled to hold on Saturday, 30th July 2022. He said, nowadays people neglect the use of Islamic calendar in their activities and concentrate on Gregorian calendar only. Therefore, Malam Kotarkoshi further stressed the need for both Islamic and other schools teachers to start using Islamic calendar while teaching their students for them to imbibe the habit. Rafi Amina Sarah reporting for SVTV News.
A journalist working with the leadership newspaper as Zamfara State correspondent has admitted writing a malicious story against Zamfara State Permanent Secretary Abubakar Jafar Maradun. Newsmen reported that the journalist had made confession at the headquarters of Zamfara State Police Command during reconciliation session with the Commissioner of Police, CP Ayuba Elkana, and other top police officers of the command. The leadership newspaper correspondent promised not to make any further fake or malicious report against the person of the Permanent Secretary of Zamfara State Government. During the reconciliation meeting between the leadership of the NUJ, the complainant, and Commissioner of Police, the CP assured that the command will conduct a fair investigation on the case and take necessary action should the case fail to be resolved amicably. Kwara State Government said it has signed in an agreement with the Joint Public Service Negotiating Council on the implementation of 30,000 Naira minimum wage and consequential adjournment for non-teaching staff at the State College of Education, State Polytechnic, and College of Arabic and Islamic Legal Studies. Workers of the 3 colleges of education in Oru, Ilori, and Lafiagi have for over 3 weeks been on strike over the non-implementation of 2011 agreement. It said that the current agreement has set the effective date for the implementation of the new minimum wage covering the concerned workers at tertiary institutions at July 1st, 2022. And on business, over to Amina Kabir.
Audio Jungle.
Thank you, Fawzia Ibrahim, and on business update. The federal government on Monday says it has shut down the diving operations of Scorpion Oil Services on board MV African installer offshore Lagos for operating without the requisite approvals. Mrs. Loretta Adowu, the Director of Factories of the Federation in the Ministry of Labor and Employment, said this during a monitoring exercise conducted by the ministry and the Chief Inspector of Diving, Mr. Julius Ogwala. The director said the shutdown had become necessary as they had also violated the provisions of the Factories Regulations 2018.
Attention, we have a process shutdown. Attention, we have a process shutdown.
She said the monitoring exercise was aimed at ensuring full compliance with Nigeria's Factories Regulations 2018. According to her, the diving operations being carried out by the contractor, Scorpion Oil Services, posed huge threats to the divers. She also said on the spot assessment also revealed that the company was using inappropriate equipment and unqualified personnel. Mrs. Adogu said that Scorpion Oil Services also disregarded the local content law, with the operations wholly dominated by foreigners. I am Aminat Kabir Sarki. Thank you for watching and keep watching Standard Voice Television.
Thank you, Amina. And on the international scene. At least 471 people were killed, injured or missing as a result of fierce clashes this month between the rival gang in Haiti capital, Port-au-Prince. The United Nations in a statement said on the toll from violence between July 8 and 17th in the impoverished neighborhood of Said Soli that serious incident of sexual violence against women and girls as well as boys being recruited by gangs have also been reported. The statement said some 3,000 people have fled their homes, among them hundreds of unaccompanied children, and at least 140 houses have been destroyed.
Protesters have blocked the roads of Port-au-Prince to express their anger. They came out onto the streets of the Haitian capital on Wednesday. Many are enraged by the steep price rises and severe fuel shortages.
Each time they want to raise fuel prices, they claim there's a shortage. It's not true. There's some available. It's not necessary to make people suffer.
Our situation is very critical because we're dealing with hardship, hunger, and our children can no longer go to school. The government is useless. We are calling for them to go. They must go.
Long queues still stretch out in front of petrol stations, but most remain closed. Neither the police nor ambulances have been able to intervene, leaving thousands of families struggling, lacking food and water. Haiti is becoming further entrenched in violence, with at least 155 kidnappings taking place in June. The war on gangs is also threatening humanitarian aid deliveries.
Ulrika Richardson, the UN's humanitarian coordinator in Haiti, said in a statement that the humanitarian needs in Said Soli are immense and are growing due to poverty, lack of basic services, including security, and a recent spike in violence. Mr. Richardson added that while UN agencies are providing assistance in Said Sol, a more sustainable and holistic approach needs to be found for the medium and long-term development of emblematic commune. And in sport, over to Umukoso Muhammad.
Thank you, Fawzia Ibrahim. And now in sports. Nigerian's Toby Emerson celebrates setting a world record in the women's 100-meter hurdles final during the World Athletics Championship at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon on July 24, 2022. Toby Emerson has become the first Nigerian athlete to win a World Athletics Championship gold as she blazed to victory in the women's 100-meter hurdles in Eugene, Oregon. Emerson, who had smashed the world record in the semi-final where she clocked 12.12 seconds, powered over the line at Hayward Field in an incredible 12.6 seconds. However, her winning time will not be recognized as a world record due to an illegal tailwind of 2.5 meters per second.
Look at the clock. I cannot believe it. The wind reading has transpired to mean it is not world record legal.
Gold medalist and world athletics champion representing Nigeria, Toby Amusan.
Toby Amusan, the African champion, the Commonwealth champion. Not only tonight became the world.
You know, I'm elated. It's been a journey, and I'm thankful to God for keeping me healthy, and I couldn't be more thankful to have come out here with the win and the world record. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's good on the board.
Amusan had produced an astonishing world record in the semi-finals, smashing the previous best mark of 12.20 seconds held by American Kendra Harrison since 2016. And that's all we have in Sports Update for today. Once again, my name is Kulthum Mohammed, saying thanks for watching. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Kulthum. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari off to Liberia for 175th independence celebrations. Police warns hoodlums against NLC solidarity rally. Terrorists release 3 Kaduna train attack victims. On business, federal government shut down Scorpion oil service offshore. And on the international scene, at least 471 dead, hurt or missing in Haiti gang violence. And in sport, Toby Umason wins historic gold for Nigeria. That's the news. Thanks for watching. I'm Fawzi Ibrahim. Do have a nice day.